Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at something really unique, a city that didn't just die out, it was basically switched off. We're going to dig into the story of Hashima Island, this incredible place that went from a packed concrete metropolis to a ghost town in the blink of an eye.
You know, when we think of ghost towns, we picture this slow, sad decline, right? Jobs disappear, people drift away over years, maybe decades. But what if that whole process happened instantly? I mean, what if a city was just turned off, like a light switch?
Well, that's exactly the story of Hashima Island, just off the coast of Japan. It's this place where life didn't just end, it was interrupted. It left behind this kind of fossilized city, like a perfect photograph of the exact moment everything stopped. So the big question is, how does a bustling, almost futuristic city become a time capsule? We're going to find out how this happened, not because of some huge disaster or a war, but because the one single thing it existed for just vanished, pretty much overnight. Okay, so let's back up a bit. How did this place even happen? I mean, how did a completely barren rock floating 15 kilometers away from Nagasaki become one of the most jam-packed places on Earth? It sounds impossible.
I mean, look at this timeline. The speed of Hashima's rise and fall is it's mind-blowing. In 1890, it's nothing but a rock. By 1959, it's a packed, thriving city. And then, just 15 years after that peak, it's totally empty. The entire life cycle of this city, from start to finish, happened in just a little over 80 years. That's wild.
And this number? 9 times. This really drives home just how intense life was on Hashima. Let's put that in perspective for a second. You have over 5,000 people crammed onto a tiny island of only 16 acres. That made it 9 times more crowded than Tokyo was at the same time. It was literally a vertical world, just this concrete hive buzzing with people.
So to make all this work, to support that many people, Hashima couldn't just be some rough mining camp. Oh no. It was a full-blown, self-contained city. It was all built out of concrete to survive the typhoons. It had schools, a hospital, a movie theater, shops, you name it, a complete city. But here's the catch. Every single thing, every building, every wire, served one single purpose: to pull coal out from deep under the sea.
You see that single-minded focus? That incredible efficiency? It was also the island's fatal flaw. This was a city with absolutely no plan B, and the world outside was changing fast. The very thing that was powering Japan's post-war boom was about to shift in a huge way.
And here's what that shift looked like. It really was coal versus oil. And this change in the energy game was the beginning of the end for Hashima. See, in the 60s, petroleum just got way cheaper and more efficient than coal. So for Japan's booming economy, it was a no-brainer. These really expensive, pretty dangerous deep-sea coal mines like Hashima, they just didn't make financial sense anymore. It was simple. Coal was the past, and oil was the future.
And this is what makes Hashima so unique. The end wasn't this long, drawn-out decline. Nope. It was a sudden, almost surgical decision from a boardroom that led to one of the quickest city evacuations maybe ever. And this right here is the absolute key to understanding Hashima, the difference between decay and interruption. The island didn't decay, it was interrupted. We're not talking about a town that slowly faded into memory. We're talking about a perfectly working system that was just unplugged, freezing everything right in that moment. And the speed, wow, it was just staggering. Get this, on January 15th, 1974, Mitsubishi makes the official announcement: the mine is closing. By April 20th, that's just 95 days later, the last person leaves. The island is completely deserted. Think about that. A city that took decades to build was completely cleared out in about 3 months. I mean, can you even imagine? You've got just a few weeks to pack up your entire life from this isolated island. People just took what they absolutely had to. They left everything else behind. The TVs, the kids' shoes, calendars still on the wall. It wasn't panic. It was just practical. And what it left behind was this incredible scene of a life just paused, like a city frozen mid-sentence.
So, what is the legacy of this place? What does this fossilized city mean to us today? Because believe me, the story did not end when that last boat pulled away from the shore. Decades later, the world sort of rediscovered Hashima, and its story has gotten way more complicated.
And that story is really a dual legacy. Today, Hashima has this really complicated two-sided identity.
On one hand, in 2015, it was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's celebrated as this amazing symbol of Japan's Industrial Revolution. But that recognition came with a catch, a promise to also tell the darker side of the story, the history of forced labor of Korean and Chinese workers there during World War II. So it's both this monument to industrial might and a really painful reminder of the human cost.
And for me, this really gets to the heart of it. The truly unsettling thing about Hashima, it isn't ghosts or spooky stories. It's the chilling realization of just how easily a whole community, a whole way of life, can just be declared irrelevant, obsolete, and then just thrown away. It's this powerful warning that when you build something for maximum efficiency, you can also build in a shocking amount of fragility. So, the profound silence of Hashima leaves us with question. And it's a question that feels more relevant today than ever before. In our own world, a world that's also built on efficiency and rapid economic change, what happens to us when the purpose our communities are built for just disappears?